All right, you guys. So I want to show you this quick trade that I sent out to the group. We just closed it out just a few minutes ago. And man, it was a quick hitter. But what happened was, as you guys know, today President Trump spoke at the World Forum, and basically, the markets kind of was on edge and was dropping because he was talking about going to war to get Greenland, and then during the World Forum, he said, you know what, I'm not going to use force. We can negotiate, blah blah blah. Long story short, as you can see, the price action, if we would have held it longer, you can see price action is still moving. But here's the key factor. When price action jumped way up here, and let me go down to the 5-minute time frame so you can see it a bit better. Soon as price action jumped way too far out of range over this engulfing candle, and then it push. What I did was I was just simply waiting, because once it overextends itself like this, I know that price action is going to come back down because it's just overreacting to some type of news event. It's not really real price action. However, what I was going to do this evening, I knew that price action was going to go back up. Based on what I saw, you can see my trend lines right here. So I knew that price action was going to go up this morning, which it did. And I got a nice trade on this one. And when it hit my zone, I pulled out, cashed out on my personal account because, I wanted to be safe than sorry. So, but anyway, it pulled back. So when it did this pullback, I said, I already know this evening this thing is going to go up. I'll send an alert out to everybody so we can hit a lick on NQ this evening. And but what happened was I looked a little bit later. I just got done eating lunch. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? This thing already just shot up. I knew it was going to shoot back up. I was hoping to play the pullback during the Asian session. It already did it, but it did it too fast. So what I did was I simply, and you can see the markup is still there. Okay. Markup is still there. And let me see if I switch to the hockeys. No, you're not going to see it on the hockey candles, Hakanashi candles. I like those. Takes the emotion out of it. But anyway, right here, I said, okay, once the candle closed, let me go ahead and take this trade, and which I did. And I sent this trade out to everybody in my group. And so I sent it out and I took a screenshot first and posted into a group of $550. But in essence, it turned out to be a little over $600 on this trade. And the reason why $600 on this trade is because I'm trading with the prop firms accounts. And so they have what's called the consistency rule, where you can't make, a whopping $50,000 in a day on it. They want to see you, trade consistently. And if you want to use your own money and do what you want, you're free to do what you want. But if you're going to trade with other people's money, you got to follow their rules, right? So it is what it is. So it's not a big deal. So that's why I was telling you guys, hey, if you did like $500 a day on an account times 5 accounts, that's $2,500 a day. At the end of the week, $2,500 a day times 5 days, you can do the math, right? So you don't have to hit home runs. So people in the group are very happy because I sent this trade out across the line right here, and you see it drop, and it dropped very nicely. Back into my zone, which is what I was targeting, is to wait for price action to drop back into my zone. And you can see price action is moving even as we speak. You can see it dropping. You're looking at it right now. So we could have held it longer, but greed tends to make you a mess. So as you can see, long as the candles will stay in red, I'm in this trade. As soon as I got the green candle, boom, I'm out, baby, I'm out. Because again, it is sitting within this zone that I wrote. I showed you guys in the previous video, this zone, and it respected, and look at where it is. It's going right back into that zone, just like I told you guys. So I'm happy with the trade, and I told him, hey, this evening, if I find another trade, I'll send it out. If not, everybody's prosperous. Now, keep in mind, some people are trading with, a regular NQ. They're trading with a regular NQ with a full contract. So for them, it may have been this one trade could have been $1,000, $2,000 for them today. So that's in addition to the trade we just won last night as well. So, back-to-back winners. I'm very happy with it. So, I just want to show you guys what charts look like, how to read them and stuff like that. And I love knee-jerk reaction news events. I just absolutely love them. I really do, because I know, look, this is from the 1 hour time frame. You can see for yourself that this has no business at all being this high up. None. It has no business at all. So as soon as it shot up too high, I waited for the hesitation on the lower time frame. drew my little trend line to say, okay, if you break below this, it's kind of like, I dare you, cross this line if you want to. So as soon as it crossed this line, boom, we entered the trade, and you can see it came right back into the zone. Now it popped into the zone, dropped out of it, shot through the zone, and came right back into my zone. So again, this is just, this is what you do. Here's the zone back here. So you can see it was respected back there, respected there. It was respected this morning, broke back through, and then price action came right back into my zone, and it respected my trend line this morning. So yeah, it was a very, very fire day. Very, very nice. I'm very excited and happy for the group because we're going into the weekend and everybody's going to be prosperous. So if I find another good setup, then I'll find it. If not, I'm not going to force it. A couple of good trades is all you need a week to be, pretty good in trading. All right, you guys. So peace and hair grease. I will see you in the next video. Okay. And the link, if you want to join my group, the link will be in the description below. It'll be the first link. I have several links, but it'll be the Asian session, Futrix Asian session link below. Okay.